For you, Nigel Williams-Goss, he'll get the start tonight, All-American out of Gonzaga.
Probably needed some rest right after the FIBA.
An aortic root that had to be surgically repaired when he came out of college. There's a steal on the inbounds pass, and guess what? Right on cue, shot just came off the rim, rebound Adelaide. Out front, little push shot on 1 foot. Nice bucket. It's in. Jazz up by 3-2. Turnover. Adelaide brings it front court. That's Ramon Moore. Played his college ball at Temple. Ingles, nice feet. Here's Ed Davis. Left hand, lays it up and in.
Great. I think a Clint Capella type player off a pick and roll, high pass, works hard. Nice job, Jeff.
That was a great pass up top. Bogdanovich with the assist on the bucket on top of the rim. Jeff Green having a nice start here in a Jazz uniform.
Minutes, he's going to have to use those minutes being a floor general out there.
Adelaide can't connect on that turnover. There's that sweet spot. Brendan Tees checks in. 7th season with Adelaide. I'll put it on this NBA floor. Their head coach, Joey Wright, 7th season. He was a draft pick by Phoenix back in '91. Never played in the NBA, but he's a fine find head coach.
We saw Joe Ingles bring the ball up and saw a wide open lane and just went in there with his speed.
He'll go baseline. Inside, Davis on a spin. Uses that left hand, loves it, blocked. Out front it comes in. The depth also isn't younger players. These are some veterans that have some experience. And Royce O'Neal's a young guy, so is George Niang, with a deep run. Come April, May, and June. Bogdanovich inside, blocked again. And in
more physical game has really helped him to make shots like that.
They got him at 6'3", 190. I think, again, that, as you mentioned, out front, running the show. Cross-court pass. They go inside. Bradley, the catch. Put it up, big fella. He missed it. Got it back. Put it up and in. Bring it into front court. Little bump, no call. Hands it off to Royce O'Neal. Slasher. Inside. Strong tee. That's a beautiful... Niang puts a hand up on the 3 ball, rebounds loose, and that ball popped off of Niang's chest, and a bucket on the other end.
You do a better job in this quarter knocking that 3 ball down.
Jingle and Joe starts the second quarter, right to left hand. Loves that left hand layup. It was in and out of the rebound. Here's Blazers, Nets, and now Utah.
Well, I think this is going to be a great system for him to be able to do what he loves: run the floor, bang underneath on the boards, off it.
There's a dribble drive, nice D by Ingles. He strips that ball, breakaway, take it up. Royce O'Neal owning half.
Royce O'Neal is guarding Adelaide's point guard. And he's all but, what, 5? I'll let you finish that.
I think about 5'9".
Yeah.
O'Neal inbounds. Here's Davis, hands it back. Utah's 1 of 11 from 3, so why not go inside? And Joe has a career 41% average from downtown. That's amazing. The tap for 2.
And that's the NBL at home and abroad. I mean, the league's going to be broadcast to over 100 million people across the world this year, in Europe, the US, and Asia. And it's just a league that's going from strength to strength.
We talk about the crowds, the record crowds. This summer, we saw that.
Green and gold, our Boomers get the win over Team USA. And okay, it was an exhibition game. Joe slaps that 3 ball. It wasn't Team USA's A squad, we know that, but they had a bunch of stars on that team, Donovan Mitchell being one of them. And for our guys to get up and get a win, and for Patty to do what he did that night.
About these teams that are coming over from Australia, the NBL teams, the Adelaide 36ers, they fight hard.
And that's what you want in preseason.
And he's making great progress, and the Jazz are in no hurry to put him on the floor. But we've been in practice, as you see, the cut and the block.
But I told him, I said, Dante, I'm really hoping for a great year for you because you deserve it. And he's gone through the
handle. Scoots around. Boyan, 3 short. That was a 2. Here comes Joe, jingling. Front court, just got it off the green. How about the finish, T? Come on. Yeah. Bradley, 7 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds for Utah. Little baseline J, up and good, sweet shot.
That's why the Jazz are loaded right now with point guards. Remember how Neto,
beautiful,
pass.
Beautiful pass, Joe. Joe last year, ball in a crowd.
Yeah, his decision making is excellent. Knowing when to pass when the Jazz gave up one right there on a wide open catchphrase.
It's just going to have to come. I know a lot of folks want something to be worked with Jingle and Joe, Bojo, and right on cue, what do you know? Donovich, who struggled some from downtown, 1 of 5 in the first half, hits that 3 ball. But it's going to come, T, I guarantee you.
Absolutely.
Nice follow down low. Duty.
I had to get rid of my Velcro one and get a real one.
Thank goodness.
When I'm working with you.
Jeff Green, got the members forward now for more than 50 years. I like the 3 ball. That's what it's all about for Utah in this off season was to bring one or the other. Parked himself far side, near side. Speaking of Joe, there he is, launches a 3, bang. That's the beauty of this franchise, the way that it just slowly built its way to where it is today. But you know what? The foundation has to be planted. And you were part. Did you ever get a chance to call any game at all? Did you get a little radio or anything?
I did. I did some radio back in the day with Larry King, or not Larry King.
Just trying to keep things in perspective as things work themselves out. Look, it's easy today. Rebound, Tony Bradley. Beautiful. Wow, the top. George Niang.
Be a dunk, but it's definitely going to go in.
McVay misfires from 3. I love that shot. You know, he's a bull in a china. I mean, Ed Davis is going to play some minutes behind Gobert. Tony obviously wants to earn those. How many is still undetermined. But, you know, the way we saw him in Summer League tap out. That was a blocked shot. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice job.
Oni with the block. Starts a break. Feed it. Reverse shot. Circus shot. There's Tony. Followed. Jazz pass it out. A double team. 3-point shot. Rattles home. And a quick bucket from the corner. Justin Wright Foreman.
You saw what he did on that play. He was bobbling it in the paint. Got it out to Royce and went straight to the season's about to start up. A lot of schools are kind of having their big nights, big public practice nights. Marquette's the same, but
remember Rudy, yes, is so good on that particular play. He shot 69% last year. His game is at the rim, and he led the league in dunks with 306. My guess, he's got a chance easily to beat that number this year with Conley running the show and the way the floor is going to be spread. But again, that's a wait-and-see game.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the real value.
Blazers intrigue me. We've seen what they have, and that's a terrific backcourt with Lillard and McCollum. I'm not sure how much farther
that happened, and also there are brilliant minds behind the scenes and in front sometimes, you know, making those things happen.
What, Thurl?
Well, that's because you stand within yourself. You won't see him take any threes, right? You won't see him necessarily get out on 10, 15-foot range. Wow, bang! And he'll hopefully not turn it over, but kick it to a guy who can make a play at the end. But he'll take off with it.
Contact inside. Points, over 8 rebounds. Is a shot blocker as well. 1.5 a game. Earned him Big Ten honors, and now he comes up and hangs on the rim. Years of home, responsibilities at home. Do you think you'll see a more blending of Donovan and Conley on the road?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much we're going to see in the preseason. You just don't know.
I would agree. Right? I think Jazz fans have to understand Jazz have it. And here comes Brantley again.
Yeah, Brantley's the point guard in this situation. Nice distribution with the ball.
See, he sees the floor, I think.
They were a different mix. They were teams that you talked about positions. There were positions on there that those guys, you know, really excelled in. But now the game's changed. We've got some great players.
Your point is so well taken. The game has changed so much since those times of Carl and John. And I think that's where, you know, you say you really can't make that determination.
They did a great job with it, representing what this team was all about, getting the Jazz further than they had ever been before. With a great coaching staff with Jerry Sloan.
See, how about that ball movement? They work the perimeter, and Howard knocks down 3. And the final seconds tick down in game 1 of preseason. 133 to 7 in the first half. I'd say a class organization. The NBL is a great league, and it's on its way up. And the Jazz congratulating a high five the 36ers, and an impressive win. Some turnovers, T, as you would expect in the first half. Things